Hello, this is Julius from Basic Financials. Bookkeeping Part 3. If you haven't done already, have a little look through 1 and 2 because they lay the foundations for what I'm talking about in this video. In the second video, I said that I was going to introduce customers and suppliers. I only got around to introducing customers. So this video, I'm going to start to introduce suppliers into the mix. It's very similar to what I was talking about with the customers. It's just the other way round. Remember, I've talked about debits and credits in the previous video. The sales, that was customers. We were dealing with the customers owing you money. That's a trade debtor or a customer balance. That's a debit balance. And sales, i.e. the income or the sales earned, not the actual income, because we were saying we were doing it on credit, so they hadn't actually paid you at the time, but the sale is the credit. And then when the money comes in, the money goes into the bank, debits the bank, and credits the debtor account and clears that account off. Now, and I was building up the balance sheet and the profit and loss account. I think in the previous video we talked about, in the end, we had included VAT, so we had a sale of £10,000 plus £2,000 VAT. And we had money received of £12,000 which went into the bank and cleared the debtor off. So now I'm going to introduce some suppliers. So we're buying things that, say we want to buy goods that we're then going to sell, or it could be anything really. You might just have an expense like you might be paying your electricity bill or your gas or something like that. But let's say we're buying some goods. So you've got supplier A, we had customer A in the last one, so we got supplier A, and you're going to buy goods from him for £5,000 plus £1,000 VAT. So supplier A, he's going to be credited with £6,000 because it was 5,000 plus 1,000 VAT, so you owe him £6,000. So to his ledger account, or her customer ledger account, or the company's ledger account, supplier A will have a credit of £6,000. You're buying materials or goods for resale. Let's say purchases. So purchases in the profit and loss account will have a debit of £5,000, i.e. the net of VAT cost, and then VAT on purchases, or your VAT account, but we're splitting it, so we're saying VAT on purchases in the balance sheet will have a 1,000 debit. So that money is owed back to you because you're going to, when you do your VAT return, you're going to, where we had the sale with £2,000 VAT and you've got 2,000 sitting in VAT on sales, now you've had a cost of 5,000 plus 1,000 VAT, and the 1,000 VAT sitting in your VAT on purchases. Your VAT return at the moment will show VAT on sales, which is box 1 on your VAT return, is £2,000. Box 4 on your VAT return is VAT on purchases, and that'll have £1,000 which you're claiming back. So it will show a net amount payable of £1,000. So those two VAT accounts, VAT on sales, VAT on purchases, are balance sheet items because you owe one and you're claiming back the other. You put them together on your VAT return and you get the net. You pay the net balance. And when you do that, you do your VAT return, you actually clear down. If you've got two separate accounts for your VAT, you would clear down your VAT on sales to zero, VAT on purchases to zero, and put the balance in a VAT liability account very close to that. That's another ledger account, which so I won't go into the detail of that because I don't want to confuse things. But if you were to look at your balance sheet now, remember we're building up this balance sheet, you would have £12,000 in your bank account. You haven't paid this supplier yet, so you owe them £6,000. And you also owe the VAT man £1,000, i.e. the £2,000 on your sales VAT minus the £1,000 on your purchase VAT. So, recapping on that, you've got an asset in your bank account, £12,000 where that customer paid you. You've got a liability of £6,000, the supplier, and you've got a liability of £1,000, which is the VAT. So your total liabilities are £7,000, your total assets are £12,000, so you've got net assets of £5,000. And that is represented by your profit and loss account, and you've got your profit and loss account will show £5,000. And how that's made up is from the previous videos with the sales. You've got the £10,000 sale, and what we've just done, we've paid £5,000 for materials, which is in purchases. So you've got 10,000 sale minus the 5,000 purchases is £5,000 profit. So you've got your profit and loss account and balance sheet tying up again. Now, as I said, we haven't paid that supplier yet because he said that you can pay in 30 days. So now you're going to pay that supplier. So you're going to make a payment out of your bank. You're going to credit your bank account with £6,000, and you're going to debit the supplier account with £6,000, which will clear that balance down. So now your balance sheet will show in your bank account you've only now got £6,000 because you've just paid £6,000 out of it. So your asset, you've got £6,000 in the bank. You've still got the liability of £1,000 for your VAT because you haven't handed your VAT return and paid that yet. So you've got no debtors because you got paid by your customer. You've got no creditors now, trade creditors, because you paid your supplier. So you don't owe them anything. So the only thing you've got on your balance sheet is money in your bank of £6,000 and the liability to the VAT man, £1,000. So you've got net assets of £5,000 still, and your profit and loss account hasn't changed because you've still only sold the £10,000 worth of goods and bought the £5,000 worth of materials. So things haven't changed. So everything's still balancing. It's just things moving around within that balance sheet with these debits and credits of how things are flowing. So I think I'm going to stop there. It doesn't need to be a long video. And then so you've got those 3 videos to try which build up. And next time I'll go into a little bit more detail with some other things that might be going on. So I hope that helps. If you like and subscribe, if you've got any questions, please leave in the comments below. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.